Day here at Murrayfield, wonderful occasion though. The Murrayfield pipe bands are out there, and what a force they are. The mood in Edinburgh, I don't know, has been sort of fatalistic, but at the 11th hour they are pumping it up. Yeah,
they're trying, but the weather hasn't helped them. It's not like 2004 years ago when it bucketed down. It's been a sunny day here. It's a relatively warm, and there is not much breeze and a firm pitch, so that is going to suit England and it won't suit Scotland.
A grey sky over Murrayfield, the old ground, or the new ground on its old site, filling. It is a wonderful place, Murrayfield. I like evening rugby. There'll be a good atmosphere, under lights, supercharged. The world champions are in town, stage 2 of a Grand Slam.
Yeah, and Clive Woodward there, Phil Larder, he'll be working hard. The England team should be out shortly. There are 3 pipers on the top of the stand here. In the company, well, Clive Woodward is coming out to the company of Carmina Burana by oath. Prosaic or what?
Well, on the roof of the stands to greet Clive Woodward as the England coach comes into the stadium. There are lights going up towards those dark grey clouds. And Edinburgh at last does come to life. It has been subdued here for the past couple of days. They worry about facing this lot, England. But now they're stoking it up here at the home of Scottish rugby, and the reception is warm. Lawrence Dallaglio. Well, it was a famous walkout onto the field by David Soul back in 1990. Sorry to remind you, Brian, I know it hurts you to this day. And there was Lawrence Dallaglio doing a walk of his own.
Well, interesting. Matt Williams called for a cheer for England, and it was a better reception than they've historically got, but probably nothing to what is going to greet the Scotland team, because they need the support of this crowd very, very badly.
And Scotland just keep England waiting. Old ploy. Get the opponents out there and just let them linger a while in their huddle.
True hearts and strong limbs, the beauty of faces, kissed by the wind and caressed by the rain.
The 3 pipers on the top of the stand.
I sincerely hope they're not standing over one of those jet drafts, those flame drafts.
Marilyn Monroe touch.
Actually, this is going on too long, this Eddie. This'll just annoy England.
Chris Patterson, captain, fly half of Scotland. Thoughtful, Scotland, serious-minded. They know what they're up against. They know they played badly, really badly down in Cardiff last weekend. Kept England waiting, but the wait was worth it. The Scottish saltire, and a rain of confetti comes down on the crowd. Maybe they want to get the party spirit going before the action starts, because this may be as happy as they get.
Well, I'll tell you, the one serious point here is there's so much on the field to get off that the players are going to have to wait an awful long time, and these players are athletes, and this should not happen.
It's not just the confetti they're going to have to clear, they're going to have to clear all the bands. We're in for a few moments wait here before the action starts. There's Chris Patterson. The players will have to be introduced to the Princess Royal. We have protocol. Actually, these ceremonies, there's always a bit of added drama when England are in town. I wonder if they're standing in the right place this time. Yeah, I think they are.
They are, but they wouldn't move. And whilst there's a great honour, the players just want to get on with it now. They really do. They've been out there, England, for 5 minutes, and they will want to get started.
It's all right, 4 minutes to go before kick-off. Relax, Brian. Lawrence Dallaglio isn't. He was like this before that World Cup semi-final against France, and he had a bit of a game as well after that.
He did, but he also hits Harry Nordic here, that's why.
Princess Royal going out to greet the teams. She'll meet first captain Chris Patterson, 25 years old. His 42nd test. He's amassed a lot of caps in a short space of time, Chris Patterson. Handed the captaincy by Matt Williams, the new coach. And of course they got off to a sticky start. They can't play as badly again, can they?
Well, who knows, but I mean, they can't afford to, because they're facing a better England team, and they really have to get a good start, because if they get behind and England get confident and they get slick, then it could be a long old night, you know. And he's got a great responsibility today, hasn't he, Chris Patterson? He's going to run things from fly half, he's going to run things tactically, he'll look after the well-being and the psychological welfare of his team, and it's a big ask of him.
Just thinking about the Scottish back five, full-back wings and centres. They've got 9 tries between them. England's back five, 98 tries.
Well, that says an awful lot, doesn't it? And I'm afraid that the Scots, you know, the back line is relatively young, it's relatively inexperienced, and it's relative lack of pace, certainly against their English counterparts.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to hope that the Scottish pack does a job which messes up as much England ball as possible and provides them with a stable platform.
That Scottish back five have only got 42 caps between them. England have got 145 caps between them. So Scotland score almost once in every 5 appearances. England, it's less than 1 in 2. It's a fine scoring rate by the England back five, and it's all based on a fairly hefty platform. And there's Steve Thompson, certainly one of the largest. I mean, Brian Moore, who was a robust hooker in his time, but Steve Thompson is just off the register.
A relative dwarf, frankly. Now, Thompson's 6'3", 18.5 stone. The modern breed of player is like that. On both sides, the conditioning coaches have done good jobs. You know, they're professional, and I'm looking forward to seeing Chris Jones. 6'6", and they say runs like a back.
Down towards the end of the line, Ollie Barkley, Henry Paul, Simon Shaw, Matt Dawson, Alex Sanderson, and Mark Regan, the hooker, and Jason Leonard. Well, if he comes on, when he comes on, it'll be cap number 159, and he deserves a special mention.
I think as well, I was just asking, how many caps is that, Jason? Bearing in mind he has difficulty counting on more than fingers of his hands. I think he's had to learn it by rote.
It's okay, Brian, we've still got a minute to go before kick-off.
And who is that?
Lawrence Dallaglio, one last word before the anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please now be outstanding as we sing the national anthems?
God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen. God save our
Well, there's the baritone chorus. Anne Archibald, soprano of Scottish opera. There might be a bit more chorus for Flower of Scotland, sung by David Stevenson. Flower of Scotland, and all we have to do now is clear the field. Oh, they're going off with a quick step. The French band last week took an age to leave the Stade de France. There was a big delay, but the Scots are heading off quickly. And here we go then, the teams. Scotland at home, their first encounter here. Matt Williams, it's his first home game. Ben Hinchelwood at fullback. Jason White, the big sail flanker, comes in to the back row to give it bulk and tackling power. And out in the three quarters, Simon Webster comes into the wing. Easy to spot. He's bald or shaven. And England, well, they've certainly haven't decreased their height. Chris Jones comes into the back row, another sail player. He's light, but he's tall and he's very quick. And another sail player in the three quarters, the hat-trick man of last week, Jason Robinson. If he gets space, he could knock Scotland all over the place. Well, not knock them, but he could just run around them. Nobody is a better one-on-one finisher than Jason Robinson. David McHugh of Ireland takes charge of today's game. Nigel Whitehouse of Wales on one touchline, and Giulio De Santis of Italy is the other touch judge. There's big Jason White, came on against Wales and put himself about and was one of the rare Scotsmen to make a real hole in the red shirts.
You see, Eddie, what wind there is actually stiffened up, and it's in Scotland's favour here, so there we're playing with the advantage of the breeze.
Okay, just make sure they stay on side now, okay? You going left?
David McHugh has a word with Brendan Laney.
When you're ready.
Scotland against England here at Murrayfield is underway. Ben Cohen takes the reverse kickoff, tackled by Simon Danieli.
Stay blue.
Jason Robinson in at scrum half. And Andy Gomersall outside half. Good start for Scotland. They're in the England half and they'll have this throw.
Yeah, it was a good start. That's what they need to do. They need to be unpredictable. They need to throw things at England to try and knock them out of their pattern. And they covered that well. Unfortunately, Gomersall for England slicing the kick, but a good attacking opportunity for Scotland. Gordon
Bullock winning his 60th cap today. Does the basics well. Finds Scott Murray. Scotland on the charge. Big run up there by
hands away, White. Hands
Tom
off,
Phillip.
Stay.
Patterson. Jason White. Thumping tackle by Chris Jones. Patterson, the little dink through. Ian Balshaw didn't have it covered. England looking hesitant there. That was a big error by Ian Balshaw, and England just looked a bit rattled.
Yeah, well, this is what Scotland need to do. They need to climb into England, and that's what they're doing. A lot of passion there, and England need to be safe here. Ian Balshaw choosing to try and fly kick that. What he really needs to do is drop on it. Obviously, a rugby ball can go anywhere, and really should have dived on that. Steve Thompson getting down there. There you can see the Scots desperate to get in there. Cammy Mather. Nice little chip, made it down there, made sure couldn't be marked, and well, fly hack. And Steve Thompson judged not to be releasing, and I think the referee's right there. And it's very, very, very important that Scotland keep this.
So much has been made of Ian Bolshaw being a confidence player. He said it himself, well, that's not a great start for a confidence player.
No, but when you're talking about confidence, it will give Chris Patterson's team an awful lot if he can kick this, and obviously I don't think they're going to get that many opportunities today, and anything they get, they've got to put away.
2 minutes play. England have barely touched the ball, only Steve Thompson going down at it after the Bolshaw mistake. Chris Patterson to open the scoring, beautifully struck. Early days, but it's just what Scotland wanted.
Yeah, it's an ideal start from Scotland. You can't ask any more of them than to put England under pressure like that, from inventive plays and good driving play, solid line-out play. And now England have to get themselves into the game.
Paul Grayson, who is England's leading point scorer in the Calcutta Cup Series. He's got 60 in 4 matches. Knock on by Simon Danieli there. So England are in the Scotland half, and this time they'll have the put in.
And this is an area where England must be looking to put pressure on Scotland.
Seconds in wide.
Bigger pack.
Catch and hold, engage. Let him put it in, blue scum half.
Andy Gomersall with the feed. Well, scrappy. Will Greenwood sorts out the little hesitation there. Jason White with the tap back. And good follow-up pressure from Josh Lucy, who is, of course, one of the hardest tacklers in the business. Chris Cussiter, the scrum half of the Borders.
I bet he won't be thankful about that. He's under an awful lot of pressure from Josh Lucy. Just gets it away. But that was a really risky thing from Jason White to flap it back wildly like that.
Thompson.
Stay.
England from the line out. And a good throw. Lawrence Dallaglio in midfield.
Move away, 10 blue.
Grayson looks inside. Richard Hill overran him. First man straight on the deck.
On your feet, 5.
I think it's Ben Kay.
Marcus there. Yeah.
Well, the rule is that when he's on his feet there and it just collapses over with him. I think he's unlucky there, to be honest. It wasn't a case that they were down and he went down. In fact, the players that he was alleged to have, fallen on top of, weren't actually on the floor when he started going down with them.
Right, Scotland.
No.
Survive their first bout of pressure.
Just have a look. A step, please. Step white. All white step, please. Thank you.
David McHugh just wants England to clear that channel. It's Jason White who rises.
Hands away now,
to
White.
win ball for Scotland.
Stay, White.
Patterson testing Ian Bolshaw. There might be confusion here. Josh Lucy, of course, can play fullback, has played fullback. But just for a moment, the communication broke down. They've got themselves out of trouble, and here comes Ben Cohen. Will Greenwood, tackled by Danieli. Greenwood does well to present the ball a foot from the touchline. Jason Robinson.
Outside.
That's Ben Hinchelwood's kick, and it's a mistake.
Yeah, it's going to be a costly mistake as well, Eddie.
Yeah, they'll go all the way back to somewhere between the 10-metre line and the 22. England with an attacking throw.
Don't go in there.
Well, I mean, he didn't have a lot of room to work with, but therefore he's got to make extra sure that he doesn't kick that straight out. Length is fine, but he's got to angle that infield.
Worcester fullback Ben Hinchelwood. Scotland have done well to disrupt that England throw. Chris Cussiter just checks where Patterson is. It's the kicking game from Patterson. No chance of a mishap this time. Ben Cohen.
Move 12, move out 12 blue. Stay.
Gomersall,
Stay blue,
it's his
winger.
turn to look up to see where support is. It's big Phil Vickery who provides it. Good pass from Vickery to Lucy.
Hands away blue tackler. Stay blue, step.
Robinson
Move away
Drive up.
7 blue.
by Ben Kay.
Hands off 7. Stay blue.
Gomersall. Richard Hill plays scrum half. Greenwood looks inside for Jason Robinson. Ball's gone loose. Advantage being played. Referee's hand is out.
Centering advantage on knock on. Stay blue. Step. Step.
It's still only
Advantage
a
over.
knock on. Advantage is now over, and England are offside.
Offside.
It was Ian Bolshaw who was in
It's
front
offside.
of the
It's in front of the
kicker.
kicker.
So
Wingers
again,
offside, or
Scotland come through.
Scrum there.
England
penalty
in
there.
possession.
Yeah, another couple of things. I've noticed Jason
Scrum there,
Robinson has been the
penalty
recipient
there.
of the scrum half pass twice now. I don't know whether that is
Offside.
an error or whether it's a planned move. I can't. If it is a planned move, I can't see the logic behind it at all. And England again. Well, Scotland have frustrated them, and they're going to be back in England territory.
Well, Brendan Laney took the kick to touch. Hasn't made much ground, but well, the important thing is that he found touch. And the important thing now is that Gordon Bullock finds his target. Again, Scotland go long. That's not such a good leap by Scott Murray. Scotland go back to the ruck. Laney, the kicking game again towards Bolshaw. Scott Murray waits for it. Safe basketball hands. Ben Hinchelwood. It's going to land outside the 22. Ben Cohen chased down by Murray.
Stand 8. Thank you.
Patterson has Daniele inside him. But back we go for a bit more ping pong. Well taken.
Hands away
Will
7.
Greenwood.
Hands off 7.
Grayson with the boot. And on we go. Simon Daniele. Well, we might have some relief now. If he touches down, he does. 22 dropout. Different type of kick. Matt Williams, the coach of Scotland, formerly of Leinster, Australian.
Yeah, he's got a big job, hasn't he? Trying to rebuild a Scottish team with limited resources.
Get him on. He's offside. He's offside.
But they started off well.
Yeah. Tom Smith very nearly picked that up. Nobody touched the ball in flight. It's not the England of smooth efficiency yet.
No, it's not. There's only
Ball's
10
away,
minutes
guys,
gone.
No, ball's away. Stand up. Stand.
But as you'd say, the moral plaudits hitherto,
Still away.
or
Still
thus
away.
far,
Stand up.
have gone to Scotland.
Stand up. I said stand up. Coach and hold. Engage. Break up, please. Break up. I see that tight head bind up.
Richard Hill, number 7 on this near side,
Coach and
packing
hold.
down against
Coach
Trevor
and
Woodman.
hold. Engage.
Gloucester props, Trevor Woodman and Phil Vickery. Steve Thompson in
on.
the middle. Solid English scrum. Just wheel
Stay.
it slightly towards the middle of the field. In comes Josh Lucy from the right-hand wing. Andy Gomersall takes it on. Better by
Move away,
England.
Blue.
More dynamic. Now the switch, Grayson. Will Greenwood nearly through. Scotland get a boot on the ball. Vickery goes down, ball's out. So England have to scramble and scrabble for it. They get it back. Here's Jason Robinson. Little kick for himself. Races on. Ben Cohen scores the try. Scotland make the mistake. No downward pressure. And Ben Cohen following up scores.
Well, I was just about to say I'm not quite sure about Jason Robinson kicking, but a very rugby league type tactic. And as we found out, or as Ian Bolshaw found out, this ball could go anywhere. And Ben Hinchelwood, he has the same sort of problem. Ben Cohen diligently following up. See, he's got that covered all the way, and he simply slips. Doesn't get downward pressure, which would mean it would be dead.
No, there's nothing but a little flap back with the arm. Ben Cohen scores the try, and Ben Hinshelwood can only look on in despair.
And he won't score many easy ones than that.
Gonna be okay, guys, yeah?
Paul Grayson with the conversion. He's creeping towards Rob Andrews' tally in international rugby. Well, he's too closer to Rob Andrews' tally. He's up to 379 now. 18 short of Rob Andrew, and that, of course, if he beats Rob Andrew, he goes into second place behind, of course, Johnny Wilkinson.
Well, Robinson seeing a 3-on-3 there. He's trying to use to poke the ball through, and from Scotland's point of view, they'll feel desperately unlucky because, well, he had it covered, apart from the wicked bounce, the unpredictable bounce of the ball, but England won't care about that because it's given them a 4-point lead off the back of not the best to play.
No knock on. It's Richard Hill who
Hands off! Hands
picks
off!
up the bouncing ball.
No way!
Tom Smith was probably 15 yards
Stay on
offside
top.
there, but play on.
Offside.
Yeah.
Number one.
Well, he'd done it once. You'd think he'd learn, wouldn't you?
Twice even.
Exactly, twice.
Yes, thanks, 8.
I think it started to rain, so at least we'll have a legitimate reason for the pitch being wet. There was a story, well, in several papers, that Scotland had been watering the field just to bog England down a bit.
Surely not.
Would they?
I'll tell you one thing though, Eddie, the players won't appreciate all that detritus on the field there. It may look good, but it's not good to play on. It really isn't.
It's been a very good start by Scotland, but they needed to stay in front of England for as long as possible, and you just can't legislate for a bouncy ball like that. But Scotland should be encouraged with how they've started. They've been very committed, and unfortunately bouncing the ball and they find themselves back behind.
Andy Nicol there, former Scottish scrum half.
Hands off, Blue!
He's on sort of consultancy with the Scottish team as well, so he's more than interested in all this. Meanwhile, England power forward from that line out. They've suddenly gone up a gear. Josh Lucy comes in,
Move away,
been
12.
busy coming in from
Away
the right
10.
wing position. Of course, positions aren't not so important for England.
Hands
They
off,
interchange
Seis,
so
hands
much
off.
now, like Jason
Hands
Robinson
off.
goes in to do some rucking.
Offside, 12 midfield.
Scotland are offside,
No
it's
advantage,
Brendan
12
Laney.
offside.
So England
Offside.
are allowed to really get into this game. Now what happened there? Andy Gomersall went to take it
Offside,
quickly.
12's offside.
Brendan Laney thought he actually played it. Maybe he was just kidding. I don't know.
Just hang on. Time out.
And the ball comes out here. Brendan Laney, well, yes, he is. He's miles. And Tom Smith again, actually. But he's pinged Brendan Laney.
He's having a shot, Nigel. Yeah, you just can't take
Injury.
it. Yeah, but you can get ready.
Down there. Cameron Mather having attention, making Paul Grayson wait. I think he signalled that he is going for goal.
That's okay. Thanks. Time back on.
Cameron Mather, well, used to be a New Zealander. Now, of course, he's pure tartan. Paul Grayson, 65 points now against Scotland, 5 on the day. England extend their lead. Good start by Scotland, but England have eased their way past them. Try by Ben Cohen, converted by Grayson, and now that penalty by Grayson. Laney with the restart. Good work by Scotland. Patterson slips and ducks out of a tackle. Another tackle. Grayson tried to cuff him. Patterson slipped underneath it. Brendan Laney had to readjust. Ben Hinshelwood, the fullback. Cussiter. Tom Phillip.
Move away, one point.
Trevor Woodman being told to move away. Scotland have got a lot of bodies in there. They've packed this near side
coming. Team
and they've got
forward, guys.
nobody on the far side, so They'll probably be relieved to
Both
have
sides
the
holding
scrimmage.
They will. I couldn't tell whether the ball was up or off the ground or not. The rule is that if the ball's on the ground and you're going forward, you'll get the put in, but if it's held off the ground, you won't.
It's going to take a while to get it
I couldn't see from here, but
No.
David McHugh is a lot closer than me, and he's a good referee. There's a blood injury there.
It's going to take a while because you're going to have to get the shorts and the jersey changed.
It's Tom Phillip who drove it up there. Ran into some heavy traffic.
Went into someone's shoulder, I think, yeah. Yeah, I still can't see whether that ball is on or off the floor.
Is that what you're saying?
It doesn't look broken, does it? I don't know.
Sub is on.
Tom Phillip is coming off. And on the field comes Andy Henderson, who was in the starting lineup against Wales on the wing. He's going into the centre, direct replacement for Phillip.
I think the rain is, if anything, it's starting to get heavier.
Yeah, nothing too heavy, but there it is. Yeah, the drizzle coming down. Scotland have it at their backs in this first half. They trail by 7 points. Cussiter to Patterson. First touch for Andy Henderson. Hinshelwood from fullback, a run for Simon Webster. Webster cuts in field, presents the ball. Taken on by Henderson. Pumps his legs. Scotland in the England 22. Patterson. Simon Taylor.
Stay.
Again, Scotland have nobody to Cussiter's right. They're all over there on the far side of the field. Now they reposition themselves in open field. Jason White.
Move, stay.
Hit back by the England props, Woodman and Vickery. Webster. Scotland in control of the ball. Patterson. It's Taylor again.
Release, Doug! Release!
England had turned over. Scottish ball. Was that a knock on? Went back. Cohen in trouble now. Has a look to see who's there and dabs it down. Took it over himself. It'll be a scrum 5. So the turnover led to trouble for England.
Yeah, I was just about to say that England could have been in trouble there. Scotland could have been in trouble, and they would have been had this pass not gone awry, because the vast majority of people from the Scotland team were on their blind side.
Just wait.
England would have been away. It's a poor pass, and that's the result. And again, Scotland, I don't think they'll get many of these, so they've really got to work something here.
They won't want to come away empty-handed. England 5 metres from their goal line. Good strike by Gordon Bullock. The scrum goes down on this near side. It's
hang on.
the side of Bruce Douglas, 3 against Trevor Woodman.
Crouch and hold, engage.
Cussiter waits to Patterson now. Simon Danieli nearly through, drops the ball. Advantage being played. Knock on by Scotland.
Stay.
Advantage being played. Paul Grayson with the clearance. They did come away empty-handed, but it was close.
It was very close. But on small things, the game's turn. And if you look here, he would probably have got there, because Jason Robinson eventually hauled him down, but he was chasing the ball at that point and concentrating on catching it. Had he had it in his possession, he would simply have powered, and he would probably have gone, oh, that's a missed chance.
Scotland looking at another substitution. Alistair Hogg, Cameron Mather, the tall back row forward, he's going off. So Alistair Hogg, specialist open side, comes on.
Don't go in there. Time back on, Nigel. Okay, right.
Scotland, though, have this attacking line out. Well won so far. On they go. It was Stuart Grimes who won the initial throw. And it's working. They've managed to make a little hole through the England defensive formation. England have stopped it now. Patterson. Laney, it's gone behind. Scotland now have to really get back quickly.
Hands away, 13.
They've done well to retrieve that, because that had really gone pear-shaped. Laney. Bolshaw watches. Okay, let's just go back to Andy Nicol.
Guys, that is a massive loss for
offside now, so
Scotland.
get him
Cameron
back.
Mather coming off. He was Scotland's top tackler last week against Wales with 17, by far away the top tackler last week. And as we've seen so far, Scotland are going to have to defend like mad today. So losing their top tackler is a big blow for Scotland.
Simon Taylor's done well to set Scotland up again, though. Patterson. Here's Taylor again. Pass out to Gordon Bullock. Daniele waits. Daniele takes on Cohen. Cohen pulls him down. Scotland arrive. Good ruck ball. Patterson
Hands off, 7.
makes 6 inches. Slow ball now for Scotland. Cussiter
Thanks, 13.
has to go rooting for it. Taylor, oh, good tackle by Phil Vickery. Taylor offloads to Scott Murray. Murray held
Now
by
move it,
Cohen.
Evan.
Cussiter. And there's a clout there for England. Now, mind you, there could be trouble here for England. Simon Webster spins infield, has support from Laney. Jason White arrives. The crossfield kick work for Scotland. They pour up the left-hand side now. 5 metres, 6 metres out. Chris Jones makes his way back into the defensive line for England. Henderson. Delalio got one hand on him. Henderson presents. Cussiter. Patterson looks up. It's Steve Thompson who has to drag him down. Scotland still going forward. Patient build-up by Scotland.
Step.
Cussiter looks again. Now then, there was an offside there.
Move away.
And it's Danny Grewcock who was offside. This could be yellow.
There was a bit of afters from Brendan Laney there. Took exception to what Grewcock did. Well, the ball probably is not out there.
Side door, was it?
And he did come round the back, yes. Well, that is a pathetic attempt at a punch, I tell you.
Well, it's to be fair, it's not Brendan Laney, is it? It's
not.
Andrew
I thought it was
Henderson,
12. It's Andrew Henderson, whoever it was. That is a bit of a Greco-Roman wrestling hold, and that is a bit of a gay slap.
Okay. Centre. Okay, your choice.
No card given. Danny Grewcock, I think it was for just coming into the ruck from the side. You've got to come right
Blood substitution
through the back door.
Tom Phillip has been punished.
Now then, Tom Phillip is back on, so Andy Henderson will go off. There's Andy Henderson, yep. So Scotland's second real foray looks as if it will earn them some points. Chris Patterson in front of the posts for 3. Simply done. Scotland back in it, trailing by just 4.
Yeah, well, whilst they've not converted an opportunity through the centres with Daniele, they fought their way back into this, and on balance of play, they deserve to be where they are. In fact, they may feel a little aggrieved as they have had more of the play, and England's tries come from a slip.
I've had a word.
Paul Grayson, the England forwards have split. This one, though, is for Ian Bolshaw to chase. Scotland have done well. Here's Laney. Blasts it downfield. Jason Robinson fits in at fullback. Just this all-changing system England have. Bolshaw chased the kick-off. Robinson slotted into fullback. That's good clearance by Hinchelwood. Sort of rare it's a rare occasion now that players actually go for touch.
Well, if I were Matt Williams here, I'd be quite pleased. Look at that. I mean, you wouldn't have predicted that beforehand, and what that means is that Scotland have made very good use of all the ball they've had.
Steve Thompson Ben Kay got it at the second bite, did well though. Steve Thompson in charge of the football. This is the old truck and trailer. The bloke holding the ball, who is the trailer, has to remain attached to the driving truck. Grayson, the little switch there, well read by Laney.
Tackle.
This time he didn't opt for the pass, but he did hold on. Oh no, it wasn't Brendan Laney, it was Tom Phillip coming in from the side. That old side door again.
Yes, by way of explanation, because it's a complex rule, they basically draw pillars round both sides here. That's a poor pass. It stopped Grayson in his tracks there, look. Goes down here. Well, I would have penalised it. Oh yeah. What he's got to do, he's got to come right round the back where the number 19 is standing there. He's got to come back in. He's got to come back in and parallel to the touchline. What he's actually done there is he's just dived straight in from the side.
Paul Grayson lines up kick number 3. "25 minutes played." Three out of 3 for Paul Grayson. England's lead.
Yep.
Back to 7 points. 1 try converted and 2 penalties. Scotland have 2 penalties.
Ball coming out here is a little chip, but what you'll see is when he goes down there, just slow that down there. He's got to come in from this side there. What he actually does is he comes in there. That's where he is, and he's got to come in from that direction.
Play on, play on.
Scotland again having to go backwards to get their hands on the ball, and England have turned it. Thompson.
Hands off, Blue.
Gomersall to Grayson. Robinson was the decoy runner. Greenwood to Bolshaw. Cohen suddenly injected pace on the inside slant. Good defence by Scotland.
Kick by Scotland.
England will have the throw-in.
No, he hasn't come in.
Well, England won't be very happy with their performance at the moment. They stuttered.
It's okay. It's too much.
A lot of the back players have been very imprecise. You know, passes have been stopping players behind them. They've not been running onto the ball. They've been differential receivers, which they won't like, and there's just no fluidity at the moment.
Ben Kay up again, unchallenged. Greenwood.
Move away, 8.
Simon Taylor with the tackle. Delalio infield to
Move
Woodman.
away, 19.
Grayson. Cohen. Nearly through. England though, this is patient work. It's Ben Cohen again. Now then, they might sling it wide here and cause problems. Greenwood, here comes Bolshaw, Thompson outside him. Well, that's a good bit of defence by Simon Danieli. Grayson, clever little kick he manufactured for himself there. Hinchelwood, that won't go into touch. Big kick by Hinchelwood though. Now Jason Robinson just returns by boot. Simon Danieli. Ooh, yeah, he took a step too far. Real trouble now. This is Trevor Woodman in possession. Advantage being played for England, and they'll want to make something of this. In fact, Scotland are back in better defensive shape now. Big drive by Danny Grewcock, spilt it. The referee's playing on. It's going to be a try for Ian Bolshaw.
That can't be right, surely.
Surely there was a knock-on back there. He knocked it back, says referee David McHugh, and Scotland cannot believe it.
I'd like to see that again. There's a lot of booing around me, and I can see why. Well, this is a charge down. Actually, that could have been very costly. Good work by Chris Jones there. That goes back later on.
Well, that wasn't the knock-on. Here it comes. Danny Grewcock drives up. Well, that's
can't
a
tell
drop.
from that angle, can you? Well, you know, you can't tell. You need a side one.
We'll have to look at that again. Ian Bolshaw, well, it's a simple try for him, and he looks up to check. Very interesting. A second, well, not a soft try, but a second unusual try for England. Paul Grayson with a conversion. Oh, he's in great kicking form today. That's 4 out of 4. Well, there's the try scorer. Was it a try?
Well, he's driving forward here. Does he? Well, that's very difficult to say. All I can say is usually in contact the referees give the benefit of the doubt to the team which is defending, actually.
If you lose possession like that,
yeah.
and it just drops to the ground, that's a knock-on. Scotland have knocked on. Oh, that one's given. Oh no, he's given the knock-on against England. As far as Scotland are concerned, that's about 2 minutes too late. Now then, suddenly there's a nasty look to the scoreboard. England have surged ahead, 20 points to 6. Scotland must score in what remains of the first half.
It is flattering, though, to England, really, on the balance of play.
Move away, tackle away. Play on,
Scotland,
play on.
oh, that's a knock-on. And there's frustration creeping in. Brendan Laney having a word with David McHugh.
Yeah, but you can see why, can't you? Here it is again from a different angle. Very difficult to tell here. Does his momentum mean that the ball is naturally going forward? I don't know.
Knock-on. Grayson. Hinshelwood. Grayson. Infield is Andy Gomersall. Simon Webster waits. They have a chance to come back at England now. Laney to Webster. Ben Cohen thought about the quick line out. It would have been risky. Might have landed Ian Bolshaw in a heap of trouble.
Yeah, well, they chased it very well. Simon Webster there. Puts England under pressure on their line, but the line-out's been good, so it may not prove too much of a problem.
England have stripped the line out to just 2 jumpers, with Ben Kay standing in the scrum half position. Now he comes into the line out. They have to throw it to him because he came into the line out like that. Thompson.
You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed. That's dangerous, and that's right in front of the referee.
Move away, hooker. Move, hooker.
Gomersall took his time. Good work by Cussiter. England will surrender the throw, but it's a weird old half, isn't
David
it?
McHugh has had a very odd 5 minutes. He's a very good referee, but you are not allowed to pick players up in a maul. It's dangerous play. You're not allowed to do that. And then, to compound things, all the England forwards are offside from that kick as well.
Scotland win the line out and then lose it.
Stay, 19.
That was good burrowing work by the England forward. Simon Danieli in touch, toenail in touch, half a stud touched the line.
Well, he looks disappointed.
I'm just telling you, there was margin.
If he was in touch, it was just.
A lot of Scottish forwards. There's Alistair Hogg there. That's Simon Danieli. A lot of Scottish forwards are having a word with David McHugh. They're not happy. Gordon Bullock with the throw. Yeah, there's a lot of destructive work. Scott Murray had to fend off the challenge of Ben Caden. Now then, Simon Danieli's through though. Knocked back by England. Bolshaw represents it. Loop pass, Grayson. Luckily there was nobody really on the charge, and it clears well. Laney to himself. We're back under play. They've got to play on. They've got to play on. Brendan Laney hesitated. And the weirdness of this half goes on. He took the quick throw into himself, stopped.
I don't know, what was he doing? Well, he's having a whinge about this now, I don't know. Well, he did it.
12!
Well, he's not.
12!
Got to play at the whistle, mate.
Time off, please. Now, you took an option to take a quick throw.
And David McHugh's told him, you took the option. Yep, you took the option, mate. There's no whistle. You've got to play on. He's lucky he won't penalise then as well.
England have the put-in after the tackle by Richard Hill on Brendan Laney.
Let's have you guys.
This half has been strange.
Yeah.
No, we're not going down.
There's a bit of Twilight Zone about it, isn't there?
Please. I want you to bind.
Twilight kickoff, Twilight Zone.
If you let me, I will.
Interesting point here. Trevor Woodman is angled of propping. He's actually attacking inwards, and it's causing the Scots problems.
See, England are driving it up on their own feed. Greenwood. Cohen. Jason Robinson outside him. Robinson goes in. A lot of forwards take his place, and they pack this near side. Danny Grucock, Ben Kay. Jason White came up for one of his trademark big hits and sort of shot past the ball carrier. Grayson. Lawrence Delalio. It's a good half-yard made because he pulled in 3 defenders. Grayson. Again, 2 defenders dragged down the ball carrier. Gomersall. Robinson. Danny Grucock. Delalio picks up in front of Andy Gomersall. Robinson.
Exactly.
Ben Cohen gets through the tackle of Jason White.
Stay. Move away, Tree. Move, Tree. Stay.
Bruce Douglas being forced out of the way by the referee. Good little pirouette by Steve Thompson. That's Trevor Woodman. Trevor Woodman still crawling forward. England have spotted a weakness close to ruck and maul. Phil Vickery, good play by England. What a good build-up this is. Lawrence Delalio, they're keeping it very tight.
Stay blue, 10.
Now they come a little wider. Ben Cohen.
Hands away, 19. Stay.
Gomersall. Greenwood, nobody outside him. Has to stop.
That's a maul.
Still a maul. Ball is above the ground. If Scotland can keep it like that, they'll get the put in. No, Greenwood eventually gets the ground. Josh Lucy. Oh, good tackle on Lucy. It takes a lot of pulling down as the Wasps player. Jason Robinson. 16th phase of play. Oh, this is probably the 17th now. Ben Cohen. Good pass, Ian Bolshaw. That's what you get after 17 phases of play. Room for the fast boys. Grayson. Delalio. England had numbers outside. If they go right now, they'll still have the overlap. Scotland trying to fill that gap on the far side. It's slow ball. Scotland have done the critical defending well. Gomersall for Ben Cohen to chase. Cussiter's back there. Well read by the Scottish scrum half.
Well, the ball just didn't come quick enough for England there. Simon Webster was desperately waving on the Scottish left wing. Get over here, get over here. I think a better option would have still to get the ball in hand there.
Well done, Chris Cussiter. Good defending.
Give me a break. Seriously, just give me back a step.
England bench, Andy Robinson there in the middle. Oh, Brendan Laney. It's a knock-on by Scotland. Laney breaks out, but well, England have had some lucky breaks, but that wasn't one of them. That was just a poor restart by Scotland.
Yeah. Well, the error count, I mean, teams are trying nowadays to keep this error count. Well, Clive Woodward's not happy, and I'm not surprised. Nothing's flowing. People are not working hard in the when they've recycled the ball to get themselves back into a situation where there's any sort of a cogent backline. You know, it stops time. The number of players who've taken the reception from Gomersall, it's per anyone from 12 at the moment.
Yeah. I just thinking the pattern was set by that Ian Bolshaw air shot at the very start of the game, and it's never really picked up since then. The tries have been very strange, if not controversial. Now then, England with a good attacking platform, they can really be positive from here. Scrum in the middle of the field, and it's ready-made for what, Bolshaw or Jason Robinson. Robinson is the receiver. Will Greenwood, Robinson on the loop, Jason Robinson for the line. Good defence. It was Ben Hinchelwood, and I think it was Tom Phillip. Yeah, it took two men to bring him down.
Well, normally you couldn't do that move here because Robinson is going to be running sideways and he's not going to have, a normal player. He simply would be too static, but with Robinson, he's such a talent that it very nearly came off.
Tricky throw now for Gordon Bullock. Well, it's a tricky throw, he hasn't got a ball, but...
Well, they've shortened the line out there, but the reason why teams do this is that if you have a bad line out and you've got everyone in there, there's no one to defend the line, whereas at least if it goes wrong here, you've got players that are in defensive positions and are able to stop anything that England might get.
Sorry, is he going to throw it over the top? Ooh, Ben Kay read it. Simon Taylor caught the ball, but it's good pressure by England, and it means they'll have the throw in the Scottish 22 or just outside. Yeah,
you've got to be confident in your throw, and he did well there, did Bullock, because Ben Kay, as you say, did anticipate it, but the throw was good enough to beat him anyway. Gordon Bullock there.
Oh, it's a twitchy moment, isn't it, when you call a long throw 5 metres from your own line. He came through it, came through that mini ordeal. Steve Thompson, his chance to throw long. Chris Jones won the ball there, and Jones stays out on this near side as the play goes to the wide outside. Josh Lucy very strong, and if they come left now, we could see Jones involved. He's the decoy runner. It's big Trevor Woodman. What a fantastic tackle. I didn't see the number, but I'd say that would be Jason White. That's a guess, but it was thundering.
It was. A lot of people calling for a forward pass, but it didn't matter because Scotland turned the ball over anyway with a big hit. Here we go. It is slightly forward.
And it is Jason White. That's a great tackle. He does put him in. It's half-time here at Murrayfield. It's Scotland 6, England 20, but it's been a very peculiar half of international rugby.
The final whistle and the man of the match vote, the phone vote that could win you tickets for the Calcutta Cup match next year. But this year's business at hand, the second half, with England leading by 20 points to 6 into a second half here at Murrayfield, for which we rejoin Brian Moore and Eddie Butt.
England with the slight breeze behind them in the second half. They already have a 14-point lead. And Paul Grayson sends them into the Scottish half. Oh, Ben Kay nearly pinched that one. Instead it falls to Custer. He's quick. Simon Taylor is very mobile. Scotland had numbers. Good support. Chris Patterson. Scotland still in possession. There's confirmation. Ben Hinchelwood is off.
Move away, boy.
And Andy Henderson is back on. Came on in the first half as a temporary replacement for Tom Phillip. He's now on permanently. Ian Bolshaw has it covered, slings it infield to Ben Cohen, and Ben Cohen slices it.
Odd that, isn't it? You've got a fullback who's more used to kicking, throws infield to a winger who's less used to kicking, who slices the ball.
Fran Cotton in the middle tier. Bill Beaumont, giants of the English game. Gordon Bullock with the throw. England steal it.
Back on, advantage White. That's advantage over.
The breakout by Josh Lucy. The tackle
hands away
on him by Alistair Hogg, another replacement. England still in possession. Will Greenwood, Ian Bolshaw, and Cohen on the wide outside. Scotland have turned it over.
Went back, play on.
Tom Phillip feeds Bruce Douglas, turnover. Lawrence Dallaglio feeds Jason Robinson. Paul Grayson looks for territory. Simon Webster goes back. Clearance by Simon Webster takes play, well, right up to the halfway line.
Yeah, it was a good kick there, but again a bit odd, wasn't it? A throw, bad contact skills. Ben Cohen ball spills. Scotland pass a ball to England player. Bitty.
line, please, Blue.
The halfway line. Ben Kay in the middle there. Delalio behind him. Delalio manages to retrieve it eventually. Greenwood, tackled by Patterson. Richard Hill pops it up. Paul Grayson comes dancing through. He's on his own. England arrive to protect him.
There's no advantage, guys. Went forward from number 10 White.
Paul Grayson did just nudge it forward at the tackle.
And two contact losses in a row for England. Grayson does well from there. He's under pressure. Makes the most of it, but
stay up, guys. Stay up, please. Stand up.
Does that go forward?
Stand up, please.
Must have gone forward on a roll there.
Crouch and hold and engage.
It's the halfway line still. Cussiter to Patterson. Webster on the decoy run from the left wing. That's Tom Phillip. Turnover ball. England get it. Lawrence Delalio.
Come forward, guys.
It just gets worse and worse, doesn't it?
Well, it's continued players
Number 4, he lost it forward.
who you would back to retain the ball in the contact are not doing so. And it stops starting. Error count is going up.
Engage.
They try to keep these round by 10 if they can. And we've still got out most of the second half to go.
Steady scrum. Cussiter's pass. Well, good strong running by Phillip.
Stay.
Patterson dragged down by Richard Hill. Tom
Stay,
Smith
White.
bridges the ball. Jason White.
Stay, White.
Laney gets the pass well to Stuart Grimes from the second row. New momentum for Scotland. Here's White again. Ooh, rather
Hands
handed
away,
it
9 White.
on a hospital stretcher to Simon Webster. Patterson, and again England's rushing defence catches Scotland.
Stay, White. Step. That's good. That's good.
White standing still. A little grubber
Play on. Play
by
on.
the back row forward. England in possession though. Hill. Back row colleague Lawrence Delalio. Ben Cohen. And now then run for Will Greenwood. Brendan Laney back with the tackle. Side door.
Come straight in, clean him out.
Come straight in and cleaned him out from the side. Will Greenwood, victim of his own success there in a sense.
Through the gate.
Got well away from people and therefore.
It's over here, guys.
And Lawrence Delalio is coming round the side there. Again, got it coming from parallel to the touchline. Spotted by McHugh. And England to move back in their own half again.
Brendan Laney.
This is just tell me what it is.
Okay, back to Andy.
There's some great tactics going on by Scotland to avoid the big hitting in English defence. England are very strong midfield defence, and Scotland are going just one phase and then back the short side all the time. That's very effective so far this half.
Scrappy ball from the line out. Chris Patterson just blasts it forward. Cohen to Ian Bolshaw. Now then, Bolshaw looks for room. Cussiter comes across. That's good covering by the Scotland scrum half, but it was also good chasing by Ian Bolshaw.
Yeah, it was. It was a clever little chip as well, because instead of going for length there, he saw there was space behind and he backed his speed. And indeed, Scotland would have been in more trouble if not for been some good work from Custer trailing across there, but Bolshaw chasing well.
Hold on, guys.
And the result is that England have got the throw rather than Scotland.
Time out, Reg.
And it's the Scotland captain, Chris Patterson, who's receiving attention. Looks like a hand injury, could be a dislocated finger. So, Chris, look away. I'm going to put this back. Oh, it's funny for everybody except the player.
Number 3.
Yeah, not the sort of injury you really want, is it?
Number 3. Substitution.
When you're in that position at fly half.
You okay out half? Time back on.
Another replacement for Scotland. On comes Gavin Kerr into the front row, and it's Bruce Douglas who goes off.
Play on.
Line out ball, and Will Greenwood rushes onto it. Good flat run by Greenwood, backs himself with a kick. Simon Webster comes off the wing. Greenwood with the follow-up tackle. Ben Cohen also buried in that ruck there. Webster did ever so well then.
No, he's not. Hands on.
Pressure. It's going to be a try for Josh Lucy. It's the kick under pressure.
Hands on.
Scotland complain to the referee, and it's another try that will stand.
Well, I thought that Wilgren maybe made a mistake there, chipping. Sam Webster did do well there. Well, the only complaint they can have is if he was offside, and I can't see from that angle whether he was. There can't be any other complaint about anything else.
It's another kick charge down, and Clive Woodward doesn't give a hoot. How they come.
No, I don't think he was offside. But I mean,
Chris Jones, do you think Chris Jones is offside?
Well, I don't know if it's a soccer thing, is he interfering, but I don't know. But what you can say is this, Eddie, is that, you know, Scotland have won a ball decently there, and they just took too long to do whatever they were doing.
Paul Grayson can't add the conversion.
You know, you get a clean ball there to you from scrum half here. It's a clean ball. He's got to do quick. It's got to be quicker. It's got to go quicker. Higher or whatever, but he's got enough time there, and he aims a low trajectory, and Lucy did well there.
Josh Lucy scoring his 15th try for England, prolific scorer. It's only his 20th cap. Paul Grayson, he has time to measure his kick.
And then England 3 tries to the good to 0, but they've all been opportunistic, haven't they? They've come from improbable situations, and they've not really created anything in the way they normally do.
Patterson behind Cohen. Balshaw coming across. Patterson keeps it in play. Good play by Chris Patterson there. Cussiter sets up the ruck. Laney plays scrum half. Simon Danieli. Danieli caught by Chris Jones from the England back row. Tom Smith to another of the front row union, Gordon Bullock. Cussiter back at scrum half. Simon Webster. Delalio makes the tackle. Jason White heading across the pitch.
Away 9.
Scotland kick for territory. And they find it. Quickly taken by Balshaw to Ben Cohen. Oh, sort of hands the advantage back to Scotland because the kick means that Scotland have the throw-in.
Yeah, and a platform in the England half for really the first time this half, and Scotland need to look to create something from this, because they're not like breaching the England line yet, apart from the Danieli drop.
Scotland are struggling to get clean line-out possession. Chris Jones came through on that occasion. Ben Kay has to leave the ball alone. Patterson. Tom Phillip.
That's a ball.
Number 7, Richard Hill there, keeping Phillip off the deck. Scotland managed finally to get it down, but a maul not used. So England will have the put in. In the man of the match vote, it's Jason Robinson who leads the way.
There's no outstanding candidates at the moment, I wouldn't think, really. It's
No. There's the number if you want to join the voting.
Step back, Luke. Step back, Luke. Step back, Luke. Step back, Luke. Both sides stand up. Here's your mark, guys. Crouch and hold, engage.
Scotland turn the
Both
scrummage. Referee's not happy.
Crouch and hold, engage.
Penalty, I think. Was that for pullings, I think?
Yes, it was, yeah.
Gavin Kerr, and as a replacement, penalised there at the scrum.
Yeah, he says calling for pulling there. What that means is the tighter who's normally driving forward, all he does is he keeps the pressure off and he just pulls his opposite number round, the object being that the ball is not square and the scrum half is under pressure, number 8 is under pressure, and if you get away with it, it's very useful.
Scotland are going to replace scrum half Chris Cussutup with Michael Blair.
Well, I don't know if that's tactical, because I thought he's had a good game, Christian.
Yeah, he's been lively, hasn't he? Especially covering back, very industrious. But they also rate Mike Blair of Edinburgh.
Hey, come on, guys, come on, the two of you.
England rumble and roll a line out. Now to Gomersall, to Grayson, Greenwood. A lot of activity before it comes to Richard Hill, who makes 3 or 4 yards. They've stretched it all the way across to this near touchline, and they're really stacked up now to go the other way. They pause in midfield. Hill, Steve Thompson. Gordon Bullock made the tackle. England on the far side, so they've stretched Scotland one way and they've come back the other way, but Scotland now have a turnover. It's their chance. Oh, it hasn't worked for them.
No advantage.
Ooh. That was just once when the whistle offered relief for Scotland.
Here, please. Forward,
yes, but an unforced error. Delalio. Well, I think the difficulty for Grook up there, he's going to go in and support Delalio. Didn't necessarily expect the pass to come to him.
Number 8, Simon Taylor, struggling to get clean ball away from the scrum, so at the set piece, England are doing a fair amount of damage. Ian Bolshaw goes the long way round, switches with Jason Robinson. Robinson tackled by Hogg.
Play on.
Well, it's a turnover ball, and it's the race through by Mike Blair. Back goes Ben Cohen. Turnover ball for Scotland. Good chasing by Blair. Laney pounces. Blair is 20. No, he waits. He's taken out by Phil Vickery, and England scramble the ball away, and Ian Bolshaw clears for touch, but danger there for England. It's a great pudding of rugby where nothing happens, and then suddenly Robbie Coltrane has something to cheer about as Scotland rush out from the pudding.
Yes. Well, he makes a fine prop, wouldn't he? The ball is out there. Whether I thought it came from offside position. Jason Robinson doesn't know what's happening. He hits him, but opportunistic there. That's good chasing. Ben Coyne thought about kicking. Thought they might get penalised there. But eventually scramble it away. But again, Eddie, you know, it's these sort of things when you catch people there. Scotland really need to get something out of it.
And Scotland ring a change. Stuart Grimes has come off. Nathan Hines is on in the second row for Scotland. Again, it's scrappy ball, nobody's offside.
Stay 17.
There's a distinct lack of control on the ball. England re-established control, and Grayson pumps it way downfield. Webster quickly to Danieli, wing to wing, and left wing stays in support of right. Danieli saw he was up against Chris Jones, fancied it, but Jones made a good tackle. Well, that little kick through by Andy Henderson has only given Jason Robinson a chance. The little dink by Robinson, I think he dived. Simon Taylor covering back. Scotland break out, I think. The crowd are booing. I think it was for the Robinson dive. Michael Blair, good hands by Scotland. That's the back row forwards, Jason White and Simon Taylor. Simon Webster now in possession. Scotland through Tom Smith, good hands by the prop. Scott Murray, Simon Danieli. Lucy is back to cover. Danieli is through for the try. Luck goes Scotland's way for a change, and they're back in this game.
Well, mild deja vu there. Bolshaw, very much like Ben Hinshelwood in the first half, is in the right place, but the bounce the ball beats him. Simon Danieli doesn't care. He's the recipient of the fortune. Have a look here. That's his good hands, including two forwards. And he's there, isn't he? He's totally there. I don't think you can blame Bolshaw for that.
It's that old bounce of the rugby ball, isn't it? Very tricky to predict. It works well for Simon Danieli. What good work by the forwards in midfield. What a good pass by Tom Smith. Good hands, and the finish by Simon Danieli. And that's the first try Scotland have scored against England since Duncan Hodge in 2000. Okay. 2 points added by Chris Patterson. It's 14 points to 25. And so peculiar is this game that anything could yet happen.
Well, it certainly could if it continues like that, because there's nothing you can do about that. But he's very, very, very happy.
They are, aren't they? The Scottish coaching team as pumped up as the players. Now then, 13 points to 25. England still have that lead. Off comes Ben Kay, and on comes Simon Shaw. Danny Grewcock chases hard, gets hands to it, but Scott Murray did well. Nathan Hines in support.
Move away, 8-5. Stay.
Laney. First things first, let's get down in the England half. But you don't want this coming back at you very much. Jason Robinson. First up, Scottish tackling is good. Nathan Hines involved. Scotland have got to be careful not to go offside. Grayson, he says, let's settle down, let's get into Scottish territory. Brendan Laney's clearance finds touch, he's hobbling. Brendan Laney clears. Ouch. No, he's all right. Oh, there it goes. Ooh, little pull.
More like his ankle to me there, actually.
Steve Thompson's throw safely lands in English hands. And England just want to settle things down now, so they come at Scotland with the maul.
No, he's picked the number 8, he's picked him up again. You cannot do that, that's happening right in front of McHugh.
England roll on. Oh, it's not just a pickup. England have been penalised for not releasing. Blood bin coming up. Just good to see who's bleeding. Jason White.
Well, you see he's been lifted off the floor there. Chris Jones is complaining, and quite rightly so. That's been banned because it's dangerous, you have no control over your weight, etc, etc. And McHugh is about, how far away is he there, 3 yards?
Yeah, maybe he just warns him, he puts him back down very quickly.
That's not the point.
Substitute on, blood bin.
Right, Jason White will have to go off, I think.
Can we take him off and do it? The guy's coming on. I just told that, they say it's going to be okay now.
David McHugh, the referee, is giving them time just to... we've had a Whoa, what a turnaround in the man of the match. Ben Cohen has leapt over Jason Robinson. And Josh Lucy has entered the fray in second place. Swing Royal gets the usual treatment at Murrayfield. Tomorrow, Ireland against Wales, 3 o'clock from Dublin. Good ball for Scotland, and Scott Murray
went back.
tackled though. Ball went
He's
backwards.
entitled to go in there. He made the tackle.
Scotland tried to get the drive on. Scott Murray charges in, adds his weight. Scotland still in possession. So here we go, Scotland. You can just sense if they can get some ball, they might cause some problems. Michael Blair at scrum half. Jason White, Simon Webster.
Hands away, White. Step
Dumped
3.
backwards. Still Scotland in possession though. That firm old English defensive line
Advantage.
not yielding an inch. And in fact, it's done better than that. It's turned it over. That's Richard Hill. Swaps a few Scottish defenders aside.
Number 2.
Good strong
Stay.
run by the Saracens back row player.
It's
Ben
advantage
Cohen.
over.
Danieli will have to get across quickly. Well read by the right wing. Will Greenwood. Good catch. Balshaw with room now. And with support from Lucy, Webster had to come in with the assist. Tom Phillip made the first tackle. Hill. Matt Dawson on at scrum half.
That's okay.
Hill again plays scrum half. Delalio, Big Simon Shaw.
I'm happy
Hold
with
down
it.
by Nathan Hines. Richard Hill, very busy. Dawson. Ben Cohen. Trevor Woodman. Grayson plays scrum half. Dawson plays outside half. Northampton to Northampton. It's going to be a try. No, it's not. Lawrence Delalio held short. England have the penalty. Jason Robinson burrows for the line.
Not coming.
Referee,
Relax.
big
I'll
blast.
handle it. Number 8, please.
This
Simon Taylor.
could well be a yellow card.
Could be
This
yellow, couldn't it?
He knew exactly what he was doing.
Number 8, please.
Got a smirk on his face. See, he comes straight in from the back there.
On the 5-metre line.
I mean, that's not even the side.
Professional foul.
That's
even
England's
clear.
door.
That's 10 minutes.
Yeah, it is 10 minutes as well. He's gone. Yeah. Professional foul. Knew it, took the chance, paid the penalty.
He's played it coming back, guys.
Yellow card for Simon Taylor. Penalty for England. Paul Grayson will go for goal.
Number 8. 8. Just trust my judgment.
Paul Grayson lines up the simplest of kicks at goal. This to put England into a very comfortable position again.
Time check, Nigel.
Grayson penalty means the score is Scotland 13, England 28.
5 successful kicks for Paul Grayson, and England have this large lead.
Well, bearing in mind, if you slow it down there, bearing in mind he's supposed to come in from there, and he comes in from there.
Scotland down to 14 for 10 minutes. Oh dear, that's more trouble for them.
Option White.
Oh, I tell you, forwards hate that, you
Option.
know. You've just lost a man. You've lost 3 points. You've lost territory, and then you don't even make it 10 metres.
Quick word from Andy Nicol.
Well, Bags don't like it either, Brian, quite frankly. But
no
Scotland
ball,
down
no
to
ball,
14
no ball.
men is going to be
Up
really
higher,
hard for the next 10 minutes.
higher,
It was the right
higher.
decision by Dave McHugh. That's exactly why the yellow card was broken. It was a professional foul preventing quick release.
down,
But
back
Scotland
row.
now defending with 14 men. It's a big ask.
Matt Dawson feeds Paul Grayson. Simon Danieli just watches it cross the goal line. 22 dropout. Todd Blackadder and Matt Williams.
Well, bearing in mind they reckon that the average points loss for a team is between 6 and 8 when they're down to 14 men. Let's just see if Scotland can hold it or England can capitalise. They won't do it like that.
No, here goes Ian Bolshaw. Will Greenwood came on the short ball. England attack through Chris Jones. Dawson, good little pop-up pass to another Northampton player, Steve Thompson. Dawson again. Jason Robinson. This time it's Danny Grucock.
Move away, blue hooker, hands up, stay.
Phil Vickery, tackled by Alistair Hogg. They're keeping it very tight there, knock on, England advantage.
Knock on.
Well, I would like to see the ball go there because England had numerical superiority. If that ball had gone wide, they chose to go narrow.
You can send the sub on, he's going off.
Scotland are making another change. Number 16, Robbie Russell, replaced
Another
number 2,
change
Jordan Bullock.
for Scotland, it's at hooker. Robbie Russell comes on for Gordon Bullock.
Sorry, it's knocked on by your prop. My signal is on.
Now it's England's put in here.
Wait for it, guys, wait please. Wait please, no wait. When you're ready.
There's Robbie Russell going in
When
between
you're ready. When you're ready,
Gavin
coach,
Kerr
roll.
and
engage.
Tom Smith in that 7-man Scottish pack. Real chance for England here.
Hands
Good
off,
drive, good drive.
Heavyweight work by the forwards first. Delalio rolls out of the tackle and up. And here comes Danny Grucock for the try line. Great score! What power by the England second row. Kept those legs going, and that's real pain on Scotland.
Well, that is a direct consequence of the sin binning there of Simon Taylor, because the Scottish back row are down to 2 men, and there would usually be another man there to help stop Grucock and Delalio. As it was, there's only 2. There's a big gap there, and he's dragging, but that's good power by Grucock. But Scotland feeling very fully or to its fullest effect, the sin binning there of Simon Taylor.
Paul Grayson with the conversion. Danny Grucock's second try for England.
So Paul Grayson's conversion of Danny Grucock's try.
It was also a consequence of a good English drive from the scrum, and he's not going to pass, is he? He's going all the way if he can.
Yeah, it's Nathan Hines, second row, dragging second row along in his wake. Good leg strength there by Danny Grucock.
That's gone 10.
Restart.
Lay on.
Tied it up by
Move
Robbie
away,
Russell.
White, move one.
Michael
Stay.
Blair waits. Patterson kicks hard across the confetti. Ian Bolshaw. That's a good kick by Bolshaw. Now then, did Simon Danieli touch it before it crossed the touchline?
No. It's a good job as well, because that would have compounded the thing with an England throw. But as quite rightly was pointed out by Andy Nicol, as soon as they're down to it, you're 7 men in the pack, a much more difficult task. So there's Scotland's line-outs, a lot of them not clean. That one's not clean now, that's a terrible tap.
Jason White with the tap.
Still there, guys, advantage White.
It's an advantage to England. Here they come. Grayson, it's that little kick for Josh Lucy to chase. Webster will have it covered. That'll be a
Option.
scrum back.
22
Or they'll
scrum.
have a choice here, Scotland. Do they want the 22 or do they want the
Advantage
scrummage
over.
back?
Well, a bit of an odd kick that,
22.
that's normally lofted, isn't it, for a jump there, but he was never going to get there.
You can't take a quick one with that, guys.
Brendan Laney with the restart. Grayson. Lucy to Bolshaw. Danieli in trouble again on that far side, and this time he did touch it. before it crossed the line, so this is a real platform for England now.
Yeah, I mean, they're down this, they're a man down, they've got... Well, that's poor skill. It's bad enough without assisting England in that way.
Andy Henderson, he'll be on defensive duty out in the three-quarters now. I don't think England will use the three-quarters for a while, because these forwards sense this seven-man Scottish pack may be vulnerable.
Hey, get away from these legs! Away from the legs!
On comes the big England surge. Still in control, still creeping forward. Matt Dawson advising the forwards they're going to score from this. That's the goal line, and that's Lawrence Delalio, and the post keeps him out. Ben Cohen had the man outside, had Bolsher outside him, and Scotland have pinched it. Well, it just looked as if a try was inevitable, and instead Scotland have scrambled it away. So that's good play, and what's more, they got a scrimmage out of it.
Yeah, just for a second here, the ball's on there. If he can get rid of it, Bolsher would have been waltzing into the corner without any difficulty at all, but he couldn't do it. Good drive by the England forwards, negated by the post, as you quite rightly say. I mean, Lawrence Delalio rolling round and finding an immovable object in front of him.
Scott Murray, I think, having some attention.
Well, I've just heard Tim McHugh there saying to Scotland, keep away from the legs in the maul, but
that's okay.
That's dangerous play, and you don't just have a word with people, you penalise people for doing that. If mauls collapse from that and people are in the air, broken necks, broken collarbones, etc.
Wait. No, we're not ready. Time back on. Wait for your second, Rose. Blue.
Big scrimmage for Scotland here, they've got to hang on.
Crouch and hold.
And England have to go for him.
Still a seven-man Scottish pack. On comes the drive, up go the front rows. Scotland get it away. Patterson clears. It's a long clearance as well. Bolshaw now with the chance to come back. The assist from Josh Lucy. Jason Robinson is rushing to get there. Lucy goes to ground a bit early.
Away, Blue. Hands away.
It's Richard Hill who feeds. Oh, what a good tackle.
Play on.
On Lawrence Delalio.
Move away, tackler number 18.
Yeah, it was all Jason
Move
White
away,
again. Grayson says enough of this. Let's get down there. There's a man out there. Oh, it's going to be a try for England if they can. Oh, Simon Danieli did ever so well to get back there.
Well, he's redeemed himself, hasn't he, for that
Hasn't
one?
he just? Chris Jones. Now he could run. He can run, and he so nearly got there.
Sinman back on.
I thought he was favourite here. Well, he was favourite.
Time back on.
Just knocked him out of the stride, having to kick the ball on, but that's good covering, great covering work by Simon Danieli.
It also just shows how fast Chris Jones is. He came out of the gloom there. Now then, Simon Webster. We know he's quick because he plays on the wing. Oh! Life as an upside-down rugby player. Not comfortable. Now then, this is Simon Taylor who's back on. So Scotland back to 15. Blair to Patterson. Ian Bolshaw. Ooh, long across field to Josh Lucy. They have time. Lucy might have a go. No. Danieli, well, hasn't Simon Danieli been kept busy covering these corners?
Yes, he has an interesting game for him. Josh Lucy, I've been impressed by him today. He's done everything that's asked of him. I tell you something, even in unpromising positions, he's always made ground. Ben Cohen. Here we go, up here we go, IQ.
It's that old Greco-Roman stuff again. Meanwhile, Brendan Laney pushes Scotland into England's half. I tell you what, this has been one strange game. Still, the first half was...
There's been all sorts of things going on.
Yeah. Ben Cohen still out in front for the man of the match. Josh Lucy second.
On the line, please, Scotland.
There's the number if you want to vote.
Step, Scotland.
8 minutes for
step to the line, please.
Something even more peculiar to happen in this game. England way out in front by 35 points to 13, but they've done a job, but it hasn't been their most fluent.
In touch, guys, in touch.
No, they've been strangely disjointed, really, and patternless.
No, step out, 18, please.
I'd like to see them drive more ball. They've been very successful at that, and scoring opportunities either near or far, and wide have been a result of them doing that.
Scott Murray, that's better ball for Scotland from the line out. Oh, Brendan Laney, risky pass, only finds Josh Lucy. He can't get the pass away to Will Greenwood. Webster.
Advantage Scotland on the knock-on.
In from the wing.
Still playing advantage.
Nathan Hines.
Hands away now,
the ball there.
And move.
Scotland
Stay.
in possession. Brendan Laney nearly through. Scotland drive forward. England keep them off the deck.
Move forward. Hands away, four white. Hands away, four white.
Danny Grucock being told to keep his hands away. Danieli.
Stay white.
Blair. Nathan Hines. They've not made much ground, but they've kept the ball. Now Patterson on his own. Support arrives from Scott Murray. Tom Smith to Danieli.
Stay white.
Webster. Tackled by Delalio and Thompson. Good offload by Nathan Hines.
Move away out half. That's out.
That's out. They've got to play it. Laney to Robbie Russell.
Move away, centre white.
Plenty of possession here for Scotland. We're up to the 10th phase. They haven't really got beyond that 10-metre line.
Right.
It's a penalty for Scotland. Simon Taylor
Number 4
being
white.
held up, but it's a penalty against Danny Grucock.
Number 4 white, hands on the ground. Rock form.
So a chance for Scotland to get into the corner.
Try and check Nigel.
Well, I would think so. I wouldn't think they'd try and kick for goal here. Going to do them no good if they do. Yeah, he's going to go for touch and try and. It's a common mistake actually against big packs that other sides feel they can't drive them. Scotland, if they had the confidence in the forwards to take a good ball, they may find that there's profit in doing that.
Replacement for Scotland, it's Dan Parks who comes on, and it's big Simon Danieli who comes off. Well, he's done a great deal of running. The try scorer for Scotland. He had a good run at one end, but he spent an awful lot of the evening running back and forth from corner to corner. And Henry Paul comes on for Will Greenwood.
Move away, out of it, Blue. Stay, Blue. Stay.
A bad mistake by Scotland there. They'd put England under pressure with the kick to touch from the penalty, and they contrived to lose their own ball.
Yeah. As Will Greenwood seems happy enough, or perhaps not. Henry Paul of Gloucester on for cap
2, 4, 5 in.
number 3. Oh, 4th actually. Good ball, Scott Murray. Brendan Laney runs onto the flat pass. Through come Scotland through Andy Henderson. Ian Bolshaw read that one. Bolshaw fancies a run at what may be a tired defence. Now Chris Jones didn't knock it forward.
Stay.
Jason White makes the tackle
Hands
on
away,
Danny
Blue.
Grucock.
Hands away, Blue. Stay.
Trevor Woodman.
We take it as accidental, but you did get in the way.
Accidental offside.
Scrum here, 15
Right,
got in the
Brian,
way.
man of the match.
Accidental.
Yes,
scrum here,
my
blue
RBS
ball.
Six Nations man of the match today is Josh Lucy. I think he's done everything that's asked of him. I've been impressed with him. His work in defence and attack. More impressive. He's, for a man who is relatively short. He's been very powerful. He's made the hard yards in the unpromising situations.
He defied the viewers' poll. Anyway, here comes Scotland. Chris Patterson with Webster outside him. Patterson didn't find Webster because Henderson got there. Scotland now have to turn, as they have done so often this evening. They've sort of done some promising things. Now Henry Paul's got to be careful, he can't stop the throw. Some good build-up, and then all of a sudden they have to go backwards 15 yards.
Yeah, it's as I said earlier on, you know, Scotland, when they get into any opportunity to attack, they really must be more precise.
The Royal Bank of Scotland man of the match today is
Again, the
England
Scottish
number
lineup back to that
20.
scrappy aspect that it had for much of the game.
Let it go. No, that's advantage.
England have turned it over, and Scotland have turned it back. Webster, Chris Jones with the tackle, and it's been turned back over England's
No
way.
advantage, Blue. Number 8, you turned in the tackle, then you played it back.
Lawrence Delalio has been penalised.
Here we go, guys. Penalty is here, please. Here we go, 20. Number 8 is turned.
Chris Patterson.
Played it back.
So we're nearly at the end of this Murrayfield occasion. England remain, or will remain, undefeated in the Six Nations.
Yeah, and whilst England will obviously take the win, they won't be happy with the disjointed nature of their performance.
Stay back.
I think Scotland will be relatively pleased that they have not conceded tries, many of which have been borne by a lot of England pressure. There's been a lot of opportunism and well taken tries, but you can't say they've been outflanked or outworked on a lot of occasions.
Well, it's a chance on the far side here, and Balshaw just lets the ball slip. I tell you who's played well. Danny Grucock stole that last line out, and he's had a big game, hasn't he? He's taken his second chance in the England second row. Yeah,
he has, and he was very close to the vote as well from my point of view. The Scotland lineup usually functions very well, but England have got in there and battered a lot. And then the Scots have not helped themselves by a lot of inaccurate tapping, which has put both scrum halves that they've played under a lot of pressure.
That's just a slip, guys. Just a slip.
The clock approaches 80 minutes. When it hits 80 at the next stoppage, it's all over.
Crouching hold. Engage.
Last chance for Scotland. They come through the back row, and then Tom Phillip in midfield. They go wide. Chris Patterson stayed out wide. Simon Webster can't hold it. Won't be the last play. We're not up to 80 minutes, 10 seconds away. Yeah, a little bit of dejection there from Chris Patterson, the Scottish captain, but it's been a game-old performance, and just when they came back to 13-25, it seemed that they might do something very special, but England almost immediately just eased out of range again. Oh, the well-read by Dan Parks. The pass by Matt Dawson. Here comes Scotland. This might be their last chance, but it looks promising so far. Out there on the far side is Andy Henderson. Scotland through Parks again. That could be it. David McHugh blows for full time. Game performance by Scotland, but England, the world champions, well, they weren't in overdrive, but they've won comfortably enough. Comprehensive win in the end. Scotland 13, England 35.
Well, England march forward, but they have a lot of work to do.
So our thanks to Eddie Butler and to Brian Moore as well. Let's get the further opinions of Jonathan Davis and Jerry Gaskett, and from Lawrence Delalio's point of view and the point of view of the England camp. Jerry, what sort of satisfaction from that performance?
I think they're always looking to be very analytical and kind of criticise themselves probably, but Woodward smiling, laughing. The continuity is not there, but if we remember last year's Six Nations, England coughed and spluttered all the way to Lansdowne Road and then put in the performance that we all remember. This time looks as though it's going to go in a similar vein, and I think Scotland can be more than happy with their performance today. They turned up and put on a performance and stopped England, and that's why it was so difficult for the guys in white.
Another performance of some stature from Josh Lucy, the man of the match there, and others made their contribution as well.
Yeah, I think the Josh Lucy try, just killed the game off. Another mistake by Patterson. He got charged down. and that was basically the end of the game. The line out went as well in the second half.
Well, what really shot them was Taylor going to the sin bin, and England powered through there, just kept it nice and tight. And you know, from there on in, Scotland were always going to be tired and struggling.
You know, you've got charge downs, turnovers, bouncing balls, and you know, you can't make mistakes against world champions.
Yeah, but the positive things from the Scottish point of view, there were plenty of them, and they kept England within range for quite some time.
I think the Scottish back row was great, and led by Jason White. He put in some huge hits that rocked the English guys. But you know, it's another trophy that we've managed to retain, or England's managed to retain. So they'll be happy with the result.
Okay, and the trophy for man of the match, well, that goes to Josh Lucy, and we can hear from him now with Jill Douglas.
Well, Josh, congratulations. But was that perhaps a little harder than you expected?
Yeah, we never thought it'd go be easy. Coming up here, and we want a place to play rugby. Yeah, and the atmosphere at Murrayfield today was just superb. It was very intimidating, and we knew that we would come up against it. You know, everyone's written the Scotland team off, and they're very brave and very passionate. And you know, they came out all guns blazing. So credit has to go to them for what was a dogged game. You know, it wasn't pretty, but you know, we got the result we came to do.
And how significant, of course, was that try of yours just after the break?
Well, I don't know. I think that we worked very hard on putting the pressure on the kickers, and yeah, I think Will Greenwood just made a sort of 70-yard break. So obviously kicking that on the front foot would be pretty difficult. And luckily I got my hands to the ball, so just popped up onto it.
Well, Josh, enjoy the win, and I'm delighted to give you this. You're the RBS Six Nations Man of the Match.